What's up, tubers? Welcome back to my teeny tiny channel. I'm just kind of in my garage staring at the walls. My garage kind of frustrates me. Just lack of space and just the way things are kind of set up. So I'm slowly kind of redoing different areas. The thing that's really been driving me nuts is, so I've got these Hot Wheels on one of my walls and they've just been hanging there because the Ferrari's parked on that side. So I don't want to put heavy things on the wall for fear of, something ever came loose and fell. So I stuck the Hot Wheels there. But it's really just a waste of a wall in the wall space. So I came out last night and just took pretty much most all of that down. I left those right now because I'm going to find a special place. These are, a little bit different ones than just your normal Hot Wheels. So where the license plates were, that's where I'm going to put all these Hot Wheels because that's just a dead wall anyway. I can't hang anything off that wall because the stairs for the attic come down. I went and bought these plastic, I think they're for tiles or something. Anyway, they look like this and they've got little slots. So when you put two of them together, you've got like this, the Hot Wheels card will slide in here so they can kind of stack on top of each other. It's one of those weird things I saw on TikTok and I was like, yeah, I definitely got to try that. So we're going to give this a go and I'll see how I like it. I'm just using double-sided sticky tape to hold them to the wall. I will tell you this, if you're going to do this inside your house, do not use this 3M like super sticky stuff because it will rip the drywall off your wall. Ask me how I know. But I didn't do it inside, I did it out here, so it doesn't matter, it's covered up. I've got a lot of duplicates. So what I'm going to do is just lay them out and organize them by basically like models, Acura, then Aston Martin, and so on down the line, all the way down to, I think my last ones are Volvos. And then any duplicates that I have, those are cars that I can trade off to somebody or give away to some kids at car shows, things like that. I have so many of them. I still have about 6 more little bags here to go through. This is the idea. This is a plan so far. I'm not sure. I'm thinking just this entire wall. We'll see. Just like most projects that I start, this one has quickly gotten out of hand. The initial plan was simple. Take all the Hot Wheels off this wall and put them on that wall, which I've done. Here's most of them that were hanging up. I still have about 130, little over 130 that are just boxed up right here, and they were duplicates. So this season for the car shows, what I'll do is just take from those boxes, put them in little bins, throw them in one of the cars, and when I go to car shows, I will hand them out to kids. What I wanted to do was kind of just organize this wall because this is where the 308 usually lives. I want to make better use of that wall and better use of this wall. So I went and I ordered these cool little Gladiator gear track channel sets. So I've got a couple different sizes and widths. What I planned on doing was just kind of this area right in here and then maybe a couple tracks down here. I could get stuff up off the floor and somewhat organized. The more time I give myself to really think about things, the worse off I am. And what that means is my brain starts going and I start coming up with more ideas, and then I start looking at this and go, okay, let's change this. Let's do a little bit more here, blah, blah, blah. So what this project is now turned into is almost a complete, not quite complete, but almost garage rehab. Here's the new plan. All of this busted up drywall right here, pretty much from here all the way down to hopefully right about where these cabinets are, is all getting ripped off. And this is an outside wall, so there's no insulation. And my garage gets really, really cold in the wintertime. And that's why I haven't been out here and been able to really get stuff done, because it's been like 20, 30 degrees out here. So drywall's coming off. I'm going to run some wires and put in a special outlet for a very special piece of equipment that's going to live in this area right here. Now, new drywall will go in. This entire wall will have insulation in it. 2 reasons I'm insulating this wall. 1, I want my garage to not be so cold in the wintertime and not be super hot in the summertime. This insulation on the door has actually helped quite a bit, so I'm glad I did that. This is going to help a lot more. And the second reason I need this wall insulated is because years ago I started a company doing hydro printing. And if you're not familiar with hydro printing, basically it's an extra step in what would be a paint process. Take a part, strip it down, prime it, paint it with a base coat, and then you can take a film. You can dip this part through that film into a big tank of water that is heated and has a special chemical over the film, and that film will adhere to that paint job on that part. And when you take it out, you just clear it, and now you've got this super bitchin' looking part with a cool film over it. Most of the interior pieces on cars these days, if you see a plastic piece and it looks like wood, chances are it's been done with a very similar process. So I've done everything from jet ski parts to motorcycle parts on my little XR50. I did interior pieces for an old Thunderbird. It started out as just bare aluminum and I turned it into wood grain. It's just a super cool process, and I have all this equipment from the company I started back in California, and I haven't touched it in years. It's been sitting in storage, and it's time to get that going. I am so fascinated with this process that I can't wait to get it up and running again. And to do that, one, I needed an area to do it. So now this is going to be that area. And two, I need that area to be insulated and more of a controlled environment as far as temperature goes. I don't know how long it's going to take me. Let's give myself a month total because I'm doing other stuff in between, and I've got to get the Mondial back in here for a couple days to finish some stuff, and then that will clear out and I can continue working on this space. But I've got it mapped out. My dip tank is going to be over in this area. Then I will have the rinse station over here. Then I've got to build another small little paint booth area that's going to live in this spot right here. I'm going to get all this Gladiator stuff up on this wall somewhere. It's going to be storage, and everything will be clean and organized finally. So did I sell my Ferrari? Goodness, no. That car will never leave me. I simply just moved it over to a storage facility so it is safe and sound, and I have this portion of my garage to now build out what used to be my old business and get it up and running again. So what I need to do is start tearing sheetrock off this wall. And that's gonna be dusty and dirty and time consuming. So that's why I've given myself about a month. Now this project, it shouldn't take that long, but I've given myself the extra time because I wanna do things the right way. So I know a little about drywall. I got to go and help the boys from Zero to Awesome with Steven's shop. So it's going to take me a little bit more time to get my garage done than it took to do his because I don't have those fancy tools. I don't have that cool little gun that, the drywall screw gun, all that. Like, I'm old school. I got 2 hands and some drills, and that's how I'm going to get this done. Once I get new drywall up that doesn't have all these holes and crap in it, do I paint the wall? Do I leave it white? Do I pick a color? Do I do an accent color? If you got some ideas, I'm all ears. I don't really know what else to do with this space, but I know I have a solid plan for this side of the garage, and at least from this cabinet over to the door, I've got this mapped out. It's everything else that is going to be kind of a cluster until I figure out what to do. I know this area over here is definitely going to change. That shelf is going to go away or shorten, or I've got room for more cabinets, something like that. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? Something good over there? Now, one good thing about tearing all this down is I will be able to mark where all of my studs are. This is an older home, so my studs should be about 16 inches on center. I can actually put in blocking between the studs, so if I want to mount cabinets on this side of the garage, I'll have extra supports.